Hey everybody, it's me again, Boo, and I'm back with another really special review to me anyway. Another Desert Island fragrance, recent acquisition, and this is another branch, there's many branches of fragrances that I really love. Like the independents, I love the basement perfumeries and, the really small houses like you find on Etsy and things like that. I love those. There's some designer fragrances that I still really love and will always love. Then there's a whole bunch of niche that I adore and I wear very often. But there's also another branch that I just am totally falling head over heels in love with, and that is more, I don't know what the PC term is, but the Arabic perfumes, I want to say. From, I shouldn't just say Arabic, but in India and Egypt and just anywhere Middle Eastern, maybe would be a more appropriate and PC term. For the fragrances that I love. They're hard to get a hold of sometimes. The Misk shop is a really good one to get some of a lot of the perfume oils. They don't have a lot of sprays. I'm really more of a sprayer than an oil person, even though I do like a good perfume oil from time to time, so I'm not opposed to buying oils, especially Middle Eastern oils. Wow. So anyway, Dan, the man Mickers, man, he MyMickers, he sent me some samples, and of the 4 samples he sent me, only one of them I didn't care for too much, and I'm going to talk about all those samples in another video. This one I'm just going to talk about one fragrance sample that he sent me in particular that I already have a full bottle of because I went wacko over it. And this is called, please, it's really going to be a sad day, the day that I start pronouncing some of these right. But it's by Swiss Arabian. I think I got that part right. And Fedeatalk? I don't know. I'm so horrible. I'm horrible. I just found out somebody was so nice, The Alchemist was so nice to let me know that what I kept saying was Tajites was Tagates, I think is how you say it, or Tagates. Anyway, I was so grateful to learn the right pronunciation of that you can't expect me to get Fedeatalk right. Fedeatalk? I don't know. I used to date this guy from Kuwait. And so I'm only going by, the few things that I picked up when I was dating him, and he had a friend named Saad. And it was Saad, which also happens to be one of the samples Dan sent me that I like. And so I think they're similar. It's similar to the way you pronounce Hawaiian words, that you do pronounce all of the vowels. So I'm saying it's Fedeatalk. I don't know. Please correct me, somebody. So anyway, this is the fragrance. And the thing is about these Middle Eastern perfumes and oils, the bottles are so they're little pieces of artwork, every one of them. And they aren't made out of BS either. This is solid. This thing is heavy. And it's got this little jewel in the top. What a gorgeous bottle. Gorgeous bottle. And the fragrance. Oh, the fragrance. It's actually what I'm wearing tonight, which tonight is the first night of our anniversary weekend, my husband and mine's weekend, anniversary weekend. We kind of celebrate all weekend. And it happens to land tomorrow on the 1st of June, on a Saturday, which rarely happens. Usually he's out of town on our anniversary, so we're doing this weekend upright. So tonight is celebration number 1, Friday night. So anyway, this is my scent of choice, because he is really kind of liking these Middle Eastern perfumes on me. So I'm liking it more on you either. I'm not going to tell you much about it, but I'm getting one of the other samples Dan sent me was called Amir. and it took me forever to find a bottle of it. You wouldn't believe. I'm going to do a special video just on that perfume. And a lot of it's going to be the journey in order to get a hold of it. And thanks to this guy who I found through this perfume, I went on eBay, and I don't think I bought from his store before, but I checked out the feedback. Everything was great. Everything looked great. And he shipped to the US, and his shipping rates were reasonable. And these fragrances he's got them. His name is Khalid, and his store, I know I'm going to butcher this too, but I just have to give him a shout out, and I'm going to put a link every time I do a fragrance, because I bought a few fragrances from his store, but every time I do a video on a fragrance I got from him, I'm going to put a link down and brag about him, because he's amazing. Wait, I just can't even tell you what he did to help me get a mirror. So anyway, and he is such a wonderful guy. Really, really nice guy. His name is Khalid. At least that's who's been contacting me through emails and stuff. And his store, Abujouda. It's Abujouda, and he has about 1,000 positive feedbacks, very few negative feedbacks, and the negative feedbacks he's gotten is really few, and they've been just BS that he tried to resolve and the customer wouldn't let him, wanted to make a stink, you know. There's people like that just are never going to be satisfied and like to stir trouble. So I wasn't worried about that, and his shipping is great. You know, eBay didn't, since it was coming from the Middle East, it shouldn't have been here until, you know, like, I think first or second week of June, and I already have it. And anyway, super wonderful guy. Turned me on to some really good perfumes, and I'm totally loving. He's got the best selection in his store. Just incredible perfumes. And if you know much about Middle Eastern perfumes, they love oud and they love musk. So if either one of those notes turns you off, and usually musk can turn me off, but the way a lot of these Middle Eastern fragrances are, it's balanced out with so many other things, and it's got so much depth that I just am crazy about it. And that's the way this Fedeatalk is. It's like a spicy, oudy, kind of musky, sweet, sexy. My husband loves it. I mean, as soon as I sprayed it when I got that tester from Dan, he was like, ooh. And I was like, must buy now. Whenever I get a reaction like that out of my husband, who I've said many times got a chemical burn in his sinuses, so many perfumes just don't do anything for him. So when I find one that does, I am all over it, so that he'll be all over me. So anyway, like I said, tonight's our anniversary, our 23rd anniversary of us being together. So I'm wearing this tonight because of his reaction when I was sampling it. So I can't wait to get that reaction. So anyway, so let me tell you a little bit about, I know I'm just going on and on. So really simple, not a lot to it. It's spicy notes, or spices, musk, woody notes, oud, and amber. And really that's what you get, but it's so well blended. And this sprayer on this thing is the best sprayer I've ever used. It's so smooth. It doesn't have that jerk, you know, where you kind of catches. It's super smooth. The spray is just like, you know, I used to kind of give reviewers a hard time in my mind thinking, who cares about the sprayer? Why are you talking about the sprayer? But when you get a really good sprayer, then I get it, you know. So, and this stuff, you know, as with many Middle Eastern perfumes, they don't mess around. Their performances are usually outstanding, whether it be an oil or a perfume. Some of them are a little lighter than others, and some get deeper and kind of more out there as you wear them, and your body heat mixes with them and your oils mix with them. They become even sexier. Oh, I love these Middle Eastern perfumes. So anyway, this one is Fedeatalk, and that bottle is just incredible. Here, I'll show you. Maybe you can see kind of how it's spelled, sort of. Whatever. So let's see if anybody says it smells similar to anything. And most people say that it's anywhere from moderate to enormous with its projection, and moderate to very long lasting is the bulk of the votes for its longevity. And honestly, I totally agree with that. Some days it seems to perform better on me than others. And I'm really kind of surprised because for a Middle Eastern perfume, this one in a mirror only lasts about 8 hours on me, which is weird because usually they're, you know, overnight kind of perfumes a lot of times. So I'm not real light on the trigger with this. I'll do a good 3 sprays with this and no problem. And I like wearing it on my skin better because, like I said, it gets sexier with your own body chemistry. On the clothes, I noticed the oud really comes out, and it's a little skanky oud. Like I said before in another perfume review, it's a little naughty, but it really works. And you really get it with the dry down. It gets a little skanky, like I said, with the dry down, and I really like it a lot. So anyway, that's Fedeatalk by Swiss Arabian. I don't have much more to say about it other than if you want to buy some really good Middle Eastern perfumes, if you want to even pick Khalid's brain and ask him about some of the perfumes he has, he's wonderful about responding to you. He is just one of my favorite eBay sellers ever. I've just really grown fond of him over the last several purchases and all of our email correspondence that we've had. Really went above and beyond for me. So, like I said before, his store is called Abujouda on eBay. So check it out. Check out his store. Check out his incredible selection. And you know, I don't even know if this is supposed to be geared for men, but it's completely unisex. Honestly, and every perfume, Middle Eastern perfume I've gotten, I haven't even bothered to look if it's supposed to be for men or women, because it doesn't matter. I have yet to find one that isn't completely unisex. Can be worn anytime. A lot of times, though, these are more nighttime, fireside fun sessions and things like that. I don't know if I'd wear some of them to work. There are a few I would. Few of my oils I would. But I think these are more clubbing and formal settings, definitely when the sun goes down. So anyway, that's Fedeatalk by Swiss Arabian. I'm Boo, and you have a good day. All right.